Happy holidays, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to DSP Reacts for the Christmas Eve special show. Today, indeed, is December 24th, 2023. Man, I really wish that I remembered off the top of my head what the episode number was. Let's see here. I believe this is episode 44. We are on episode 44 of DSP versus the Internet, my weekly react show where it is channel members who send me clips from all over the place to watch and react to. Ultra level members of this channel who are the biggest supporters get their videos watched for sure. Standard member supporters go into a randomized playlist that everyone has an equal chance of watching and seeing. I'm very, very happy to chill with all of you here today on Christmas Eve. I know that we don't have the largest audience because it is a holiday and many of you are busy. If you happen to be watching this after the fact, happy holidays to you. I hope that you're enjoying your Christmas celebrations if you're having one. And I wish you the best. I hope that you're safe. All right. That's really all I have to say. I think we should just get started. Without further ado, let's see what people have sent me this week for our Christmas week special of DSP versus the Internet. Ready? All right. I don't know. This guy looks a little nervous, doesn't he? Look at his face. Looks like something's happening. Something's going down. He's kind of worried, right? To me anyway. All right, let's see why he's so worried. Here we go.
Naughty or nice, naughty or nice. I don't really care, so I'm checking it once. Labor laws and we're short on supplies, so I'm taking liberties with the naughty or nice.
Johnny is a good boy and donates his money, but he thinks Dane Cook is funny. Naughty.
A Dane Cook reference in 2020. Well, this would have been 2 years ago, so this would have been like 2020, 2021. That's pretty funny. A Dane Cook reference. Wow.
Owns a car and gives her friends rides. Even though they don't go far, she makes them pay for petrol. Naughty. Michael farts in his hand, then holds it on his brother's face. Pretty fucking funny, but also pretty naughty. Joanna says thank you is generally good, but all her answers on dating apps are food. That's basic.
That's basic.
I'm the big boy, so I decide.
Wow.
That if everybody's on the naughty list, it means that I don't have to deliver shit. Oh, hello, Jeffrey. Back so soon from your court-mandated coffee break, you Marxist fuck.
You can't talk to me that way, Santa, and you gotta stop taking liberties with the naughty list, okay?
I can do whatever I want. I'm Santa Claus, baby. Why don't you go make me some more PS5s, you lazy little communist?
That's not the point.
You've made me 17 PS5s.
They are very difficult.
You know, for the entire fucking world. So why don't you stay in your lane, Jeffrey?
Santa, as your head of staff, I strongly advise...
Oh, now you're strongly advising me, are you?
Come on, mate.
Whose face is on a Coca-Cola bottle, Jeffrey?
I'm not getting into
Is
this.
it your face, Jeffrey? Listen, they started a new campaign. Jeffrey, have I been drinking old Coca-Cola and have somehow missed your fucking face on all of the new Coca-Cola bottles, huh?
Fuck you, Santa.
Fuck off, Jeffrey. Philip was named Philip when he was born, but he makes his friends call him Philippe. I think that's naughty.
Philippe? He makes his friends call him Philippe? I mean, technically that's the same name, but it's in a different language.
Doing an Italiano accent for Mario. Here we go, right on my naughty list.
Wow.
Named Billy, who touches his dirty...
Wait a minute. Did he? Chris Pratt did not do an Italian accent for Mario. No, he didn't. Right? In the movie, he spoke as a Brooklyn guy. So actually, that's incorrect. Incorrect reference. Very bad. I mean, this was 3 years ago. The movie hadn't been out yet. Incorrect reference.
When he thinks no one is watching, I'm watching, that's naughty. Every single elf that signed up to unionize, here is a surprise. You are all assholes all through the year. I've been watching you while you've been asleep, while you've been awake, while you've learned to bake bread. I hear you say, I want to be the best me. Fucking baking bread is boring and that makes you naughty. I'm gonna start roller skating. Then you spend your time inside drinking red wine and masturbating. Naughty! 11 months of the year, my job is just to watch you. So next year, find something fucking entertaining to do.
This is not bad. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. It's got a few interesting lines that are pretty funny. I don't know if this is anything I would listen to again. I mean, I understand why it has almost 3 million views. It's funny, and it's timely. But after I watch it the first time, I would literally never watch it again. And it has zero production value, which is fine. You want to know why I like that? This reminds me of old YouTube. 100%. Of course, it's filmed in a way that you could tell this might have been a TikTok video, right? It's filmed from like a camera perspective, but like this is how old YouTube used to be. Zero production value whatsoever, not filmed in a studio, Not highly, insanely over-the-top edited. Not a staff of 500. It's 2 guys messing around with a little bit of editing and a little bit of messing around. You know, that's how it used to be. So if you had talent, you used to be able to be noticed on YouTube and get attention. But now, today, it's like, you're lucky that if your video even hits the algorithm, unless you already are someone known or someone who is acting a fool, right, and gets noticed by a bunch of teenagers or something. But I actually enjoyed that. That was pretty good. I would say that was not bad. It wasn't good, like, oh my god, blow me away. At the same time, it was entertaining and not offensive or boring or lame. So I actually did enjoy that. Okay. Cool. Let's continue.
What a catchy tune.
Yeah, you're gonna like this one, Doc.
Zombie, 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 with rotten hanging skin. Our game is short and simple. I shoot you and I win. I shot a little zombie. I blew its head away. And so it couldn't see me. It still wanted to play.
You've lost a couple fingers, your eye pulled out by crows. The maggots really love you. They're coming out your nose.
Oh, zombie, 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 with rotten hanging skin. Our game is short and simple. I shoot you and I win. I'm liking to shoot zombie. I'm liking to have drink. Zombie killing fun, but vodka better, eh? My zombie is...
So, I was just going to say, SFM A Zombie Christmas, right? This is old. This is 8 to 9 years old. So this would have been like 2012, 2013, maybe 2014. So is this from a Black Ops? A Call of Duty Black Ops zombie mode? And are these the main characters of that mode? I'm assuming. And they, you know, they have personalities and they have their own stories and stuff like that. Because remember, back then, Zombies was round-based, but it had so many Easter eggs and things and all these map expansions over the course of the year that it actually had like a continuous plot line, right? Yeah, I'm being told this is World at War. Well, World at War is way older than 8, 9 years old. World at War was before I was a YouTuber. So that would be like 16 years old. Unless these are just the characters carrying over to the more modern zombie modes. Is that what it was? Right? But this is good. If you're a fan of the zombies, you probably like this more because you understand the characters. Like, I played zombies over the years, if you remember, and you go back over the years. I did some zombie co-op with various different people. But I didn't love it. I was never like an aficionado of it or anything. Right? So that's not bad. It's cool that they did a holiday themed thing, although I don't know if Dreidel, 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 I Made You Out of Clay is a Christmas song. It's obviously Christmas themed. There's snow and everything, but that's not a Christmas song, right? Is the Dreidel song... Wait a minute. Is the Dreidel song a Hanukkah song? Maybe it is. Now that I'm thinking about it, it is, isn't it? The Dreidel song is a Hanukkah song because the Dreidel is a traditional Jewish toy. And therefore, they would sing that around their Hanukkah times, right? So there you go. I'm incorrect. This is just a different holiday. It's not Christmas. It's Hanukkah. Oh, okay. Okay, well, that was not bad, but I'm not going to listen to the rest of it. I'm not going to understand the references regardless. So, okay.
Hey, Al, can you pass the wine, please?
5 minutes? Are you kidding? How long is it? How elaborate is this? Oh my god. This is gonna take forever. Dude, this took ages. Can you imagine how long it took them to engineer this one? With how much is going on right now? It bounced perfectly off the glass, too. Oh! It didn't break the glass. Oh, wait, it's going to. Oh, it doesn't break the glass. It's... Dude! They told him it looked like that was going to break the glass, but instead it stuck to Velcro, and went a completely different direction. How cool is that, man? Oh, I broke the glass anyway with the concrete block. This is cool and all, but you can tell that they filmed separate segments of it separately, and probably... Oh, guess what? I actually have to stop watching this. I'm not kidding. It's getting claimed. But you could tell that they separated it and filmed it separately, and then they edited them together. Like, you could hear the noise, the sound effect that was coming from the ball when it was going down the metal, and then when it cut to the next screen, it was a completely different sound. So you know that it's a different thing. They didn't do that all continuous. It was like 5 or 10 separate setups, and then they kind of make it look like they're together, but they're not. They're just transitioning. So that was still neat. Sucks we couldn't watch the whole thing. I had a feeling that was going to happen because the first one that we actually had watched a few weeks ago actually got claimed too. The one we watched last week, which was the interactive one where you guess where it's going to go, that one didn't get claimed at all. But now that one did again. It's like, I really like that channel, but it's just a shame that certain things on YouTube get blocked and claimed for absolutely no reason. Can you explain to me any good reason why I can't react to a Rube Goldberg device video, like, on YouTube? What was in that video that could be considered something you can't react to, right? That was complete bullshit. And YouTube just doesn't care. It's really stupid. All right, let's see what this duck song is. Ready?
Tell me the duck story.
Bum bum bum, ba-dum ba-dum. A duck walked up to a lemonade stand and he said to the man running the stand, "Hey, bum bum bum, got any grapes?" The man said, "No, we just sell lemonade, but it's cold and it's fresh and it's all homemade. Can I get you a glass?" The duck said, "I'll pass." Then he waddled away, waddle waddle.
I wanted to pause because I was going to cough. Okay. Is it going to be one of those songs that just doesn't really make much sense? Okay, let's continue.
Till the very next day, bum 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 ba-dum. When the duck walked up to the lemonade stand and he said to the man running the stand, "Hey, bum bum bum, got any grapes?" The man said, "No, like I said yesterday, we just sell lemonade, okay? Why not give it a try?" The duck said, "Goodbye." Then he waddled away.
Oh my
waddle,
God.
waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle waddle. Till the very next day, bum 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 bum.
Is this going anywhere?
When the duck walked up to the lemonade stand and he said to the man running the stand, "Hey, bum bum bum, got any grapes?" The man said, "Look, this is getting old. I mean, lemonade's all we've ever sold. Why not give it a go?" The duck said, "How about no?" Then he waddled away, waddle waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle waddle waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle waddle. Till the very next day.
He just keeps coming back,
bum,
huh?
bum, 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 bum.
This is like that old song, The Cat Came Back the Very Next Day. They thought he was gone, but the cat came back, right? Like, no matter what, the duck just returns and asks the same question. So if the guy never gets grapes, you just gonna have to put up with this duck coming back every day, right? All right.
When the duck walked up to the lemonade stand and he said to the man running the stand, "Hey, bum bum bum, got any grapes?" The man said, "That's it. If you don't stay away, duck, I'll glue you to a tree and leave you there all day stuck. So don't get too close." The duck said, "Adios." Then he waddled away, waddle waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle waddle waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle waddle. Till the very next day, bum 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 ba-dum. When the duck walked up to the lemonade stand and he said to the man running the stand, "Hey, bum bum bum, got any glue?"
Oh.
What? Got any glue? No, why would I? Oh, then one more question for you. Got any grapes? Bum 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 bum. And the man just stopped. Then he started to smile. He started to laugh. He laughed for a while. He said, "Come on, duck, let's walk to the store. I'll buy you some grapes so you won't have to ask anymore." So they walked to the store and the man bought some grapes. He gave one to the duck and the duck said, "No thanks. But you know what sounds good? it would make my day. Do you think this store? Do you think this store? Do you think this store has any lemonade? Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle, waddle.
Well, it wasn't bad. It wasn't offensive. It wasn't incredibly stupid. The song's actual tune was nice. So I watched it. I don't get it, but okay. 611 million views in 15 years is pretty impressive. This person got a ton of views on all their stuff from back in the day, huh? They probably went viral is why. It's a classic, that's right. All right, let's continue. One more probably before we split apart.
Christmas is that time of year when we relax with the family, forget about our waistlines, and feast to our heart's content. But with more than 2 billion people in over 160 countries celebrating Christmas each year, the good old American staple of roast beef, turkey, mashed potatoes, and eggnog is far from the norm. From fried chicken to stuffed seal, here's a look at many different dishes eaten around the world for the festive season.
Oh, cool. This will be good.
The UK. While turkey is often reserved for Thanksgiving in America, over in the UK it's the main course at Christmas. Although some households might prefer goose or chicken. Whatever the choice of bird...
Goose, I remember from like Charles Dickens, the Christmas goose, right? I remember that from Charles Dickens books.
It's traditionally served with roast chestnuts, parsnips, potatoes, Brussels sprouts...
I never had parsnips before. I would certainly not want Brussels sprouts under any circumstances.
Tiny sausages wrapped in bacon,
pigs in a blanket?
sauce,
No, those
and a
are
splash
sausages
of hot
wrapped in
gravy.
bacon.
For dessert,
Oh.
a heavy mass
There's
of
the
fruit.
pudding. There's the pudding. That's what I had yesterday at the end of my marathon. Only it looked nothing like that because it had broken apart. But I guess that's what it's supposed to look like. It's like a baked product with fruit in it. And then you pour liquor over it and light it on fire, right?
Cake is doused in flaming
Yep.
brandy and served as Christmas pudding. Once everyone's had their fill, it's time to pull Christmas crackers, which usually contain a paper party hat and a really bad dad joke printed on a slip of paper. Here's an example. What's the best Christmas present you can buy? A broken drum. You can't beat it, eh?
Oh,
Can't beat
God.
it,
That's a
you know?
terrible joke.
Like a drum? Greenland.
That's atrocious.
Greenlanders celebrate Christmas Arctic style by serving specially prepared dishes like maddock and kiviat, traditional Inuit delicacies that make the most adventurous of foodies' stomachs turn. Maddock is the skin of a whale, usually the bowhead, beluga, or narwhal, diced or serrated and served raw. Kiviak is a dish of fermented birds with a rather unusual
I know
method.
from this because I was watching a Gordon Ramsay show where he went around the world and tasted different weird cuisines. And he went over there, and they were doing this. It was absolutely disgusting. Fermented dead birds.
Of preparation. To make kiviak, a seal skin is first hollowed, then stuffed with some 400 to 500 seabirds called auks. The auks are stuffed into the seal's body, complete with feathers and all, which are then sewn and sealed up with grease to allow for 7 months of fermentation. Come Christmas, the birds are taken out and served straight up from the seal's gut. This is definitely not a feast for the faint-hearted. Zimbabwe.
That's disgusting.
The typical Zimbabwean Christmas dinner can include fresh roasted ox or goat, cornmeal porridge, bread, jam, and tea. But the special treat reserved for the occasion is chicken served with rice. Since chicken is an expensive food item in the landlocked African nation, beats fermented seabirds, that's for sure. Japan. In a nation where most people are Shinto or Buddhist, Christmas in Japan is more of a commercial affair and definitely not a national.
Like freaking KFC, exactly. It's a commercial affair, basically. They don't really celebrate it for religious purposes.
Holiday. Much like Valentine's Day, Christmas in Japan is a time for young couples to exchange gifts and have romantic dinners. While many restaurants are packed with reservations made weeks in advance, none are busier on December 25th than KFC. That's because some 3.6 million Japanese families dine on buckets of fried chicken as a Christmas tradition. This tradition began in 1974, thanks to a clever advertising campaign called Kirisumasu Niwa Kentucky, meaning Kentucky for Christmas. Ever since then, the Colonel's Fried Chicken has become the go-to Christmas meal, with the franchise's outlets getting orders weeks in advance during the holiday season. Of course, Japanese Christmas wouldn't be complete without cake for dessert. Unlike American
Ooh,
fruit
what's
cakes,
that? Look at that. Oh, I went to pause to look at it. It went too fast.
Japanese Christmas cake is usually sponge decorated with whipped cream and strawberries. In fact, the shortcake emoji in our phones is based off the Japanese Christmas cake.
Oh.
Finland. The Finnish Christmas dinner is a feast consisting of dishes with names that will twist your tongue, but fill your taste buds with delight. The holy trinity of Finnish Christmas foods are the kinku, an oven-baked ham, lontalaatikko, a kind of turnip casserole, and
I've never had a turnip. How are turnips so popular for Christmas? I've never even eaten one. I don't even know what they taste like. Huh.
supposedly a colorful mixed beetroot salad that looks like gemstones on a plate. Depending on the size of the dinner party, these are usually served with a variety of fish dishes, mainly smoked salmon and herring. After the main course.
Whoa, 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 I'm not doing that. I didn't even have my hand on the controller. What just happened? I don't even know what just happened. That was bizarre. I didn't do that at all. Okay.
Of course, the night is made sweeter with piparkaku, gingerbread cookies spiced with cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg, and yallartartu, tarts filled with plum jam made in the shape of a star.
Oh, that
and
could be
dusted
yummy.
with powdered
Plum
sugar.
jam is delicious.
Desserts are enjoyed with a warm glass of gluggy, mulled wine, traditionally drunk by travelers to brace the cold Scandinavian weather.
Drink the gloggy.
Christmas Eve in Poland is a whole day of fasting leading up to Vigilia, the feast which starts when the first star appears in the night sky. Traditionally, Vigilia is a huge meal that features a 12-course dinner, with each course representing the 12 apostles and the 12 months of the year. But some families opt for 5, 7, or 9 dishes to symbolize good luck. Regardless of what's being served, expect dinner to last for at least a few hours.
Wow.
The feasting kicks off with a Christmas wafer that symbolizes Jesus Christ.
That's supposed to be a homemade version of the Christmas Eucharist. We used to do that. We used to do that at our traditional Christmas Eve gathering. We would always have that home version of the Eucharist that you would have at home with your family. We would do that. That was the tradition in our family too.
There's no red meat served at a Polish Christmas dinner, and main courses consist of carp and herring dishes. The evening would not be complete without borscht, a beetroot soup served with uska,
Never
a
had
type
borscht.
of ravioli made for the occasion. This is followed by a dessert made of noodles with poppy seeds. I'm sure it's better than it sounds.
Poppy seeds are very popular in Polish cuisine. Very popular.
Portugal. The Portuguese Christmas Eve dinner is called consodo, from the Latin word consolare, meaning to comfort. This refers to the small
like consigliere in the mafia.
Meal taken at the end of a day of fasting on the night of December 24th. And it certainly sounds comforting, as long as you like seafood, that is. The consodo consists of all kinds of goodness.
Everyone's eating seafood. Everyone eats seafood for Christmas, huh?
Earth, starting with the famous bacalao, or dried salted codfish, for the appetizer, with boiled potatoes, eggs, onions, chickpeas, cabbage, and other greens, with a dressing made of chopped onion, garlic, and parsley. This dish is also accompanied with lots of olive oil. Lots and lots of olive oil.
Damn,
like
real, olive oil.
A lot of olive oil. The traditional centerpiece of an old-fashioned Portuguese Christmas is the polvo
Play Cool says, I'm actually Portuguese. I'm eating cod in just a bit. There you go.
alla guerrero, or grilled octopus. Think of it as kind of a sea turkey with 8 legs and a giant head. This 8-legged sea turkey is accompanied by batata samuro, which translates into punched potatoes. This is basically just oven-roasted potatoes with garlic and parsley, and of course, olive oil. Did I mention olive oil? Egypt. An Egyptian Christmas is a vegan affair that lasts for the 43 days before Christmas, from the 24th of November all the way into the 6th of January. For these 43 days of Advent, Coptic Orthodox Christians will follow the Holy Nativity Fast, where animal products of all kinds are prohibited in their meals. When January 6th, Coptic Christmas Eve rolls around, families attend a special church service that starts late in the evening and finishes after midnight, where they all tuck into a huge Christmas meal of meat, eggs, butter, and all the things forbidden during Advent fast.
Right.
A popular Egyptian Christmas dish is fata, a soup containing boiled lamb with bread, rice, and garlic. Sweden. Like many parts of Europe, Sweden celebrates Christmas in grand fashion with a festive spread on the 24th of December. A smorgasbord, a Swedish-style buffet consisting of lots of hot and cold dishes, is prepared for the occasion, with all the classics you'd expect. Sorry, all the classics Swedish people would expect. Among them is the typical Christmas ham, pork, sausages, an egg, and anchovy mixture, homemade liver pate, wort-flavored rye bread called vortbrod, and something called Jansen's Temptation, a creamy potato casserole with anchovies, allegedly named after a food-loving Swedish opera singer from the early 1900s. But the centerpiece
where is the lingonberry? If this is Swedish, how do they not have lingonberries and everything? Because lingonberry is like a staple of their cuisine.
a lye-soaked fish dish known as lutefisk. Lye is a highly alkaline chemical that is often used to clean drains. But when applied correctly by a master Swedish lutefisk chef, it turns the fish meat into a kind of translucent jelly. Delicious. Mexico. In Mexico, Christmas dinners are all about the tamales.
Ooh,
They're made with beans and chicken, meat and veggies, cheese and chilies, or just about any combination you could think of. This Mesoamerican dish dates back to 8000 BC and has made its way into the Christmas tradition of a few American states, particularly in the Southwest. Switzerland. The Swiss honor the birth of Christ with a simple hot pot dinner for the whole family, where everybody sits around the dinner table to dip pieces of meat on long forks into a boiling soup. The cooked meats are then enjoyed with French fries and a variety of sauces. Oh, and cheese. Lots of cheese. This is Switzerland.
That's not bad,
remember?
Swiss. That's a
Russia.
Swiss Christmas is
like the
good.
Egyptians, Russians celebrate Orthodox Christmas on January 7th, with lots of meat and fish to celebrate the end of their Advent fasting. Some of their favorite traditional dishes are stuffed roast goose, pork tenderloin with apples, and cabbage in a pie with fish, rice, and hard-boiled eggs inside.
Everything's good there except that pie at the end.
Of course, the must-have dish on the dinner table for the Russian holiday is holodets.
What the hell is that?
Jelly made out of chicken or beef stock with meat and vegetables. The more traditional
meat, vegetables in a gelatinized chicken stock. It might taste good. It just looks really weird, right?
Recipe for holodets contains the feet of pigs, cows, or chickens. Holodets is very time-consuming to prepare, and when it just looks like cold jelly with bits of meat in it, one wonders if it's worth it. Italy. Traditionally, La Viglia, the traditional Italian Christmas Eve dinner, was intended to purify the body for the religious holiday with healthy cuisines. So usually meals consist of seafood and vegetables, but no meat. Depending on the region, dishes that appear on the table at La Viglia can be made of fish, octopus, eel, and shellfish. These are, of course, accompanied by huge heaps of pasta, prepared with even more seafood. Now, this might sound healthier than an American Christmas, but when you're stuffing your face with as much as the Italians do, this might be a harder claim to back up. Australia.
Absolutely incorrect. I'm very offended. This person would say that about the Italian heritage that is in my blood. I'm incredibly offended. My mom would always make lasagna or homemade manicotti for Christmas. And we would only stuff about 7 or 8 pieces inside of each of our mouths, so it's very upsetting.
Well, Australian Christmas shares a lot with European and American traditions. But since the land down under celebrates the holiday season during their summer, the festive menu had to be given a unique Aussie spin. In both Australia and New Zealand, Christmas dinner revolves around anything that can be thrown onto a barbecue, from meat and seafood to, well, more meat. And then there's beer. And more meat after that. With the summer heat at its peak, most Aussie holiday desserts are designed to cool you down in temperatures that reach around 85 degrees.
Right, because it is
hot.
hot in the middle of summer there.
Does the trick. South Africa. Fancy something exotic for Christmas? In South Africa, the mopane caterpillar is an edible caterpillar that feeds predominantly on the mopane leaf. Because their harvest time coincides with Christmas, these creepy crawlies grace plenty of festive meals in South Africa. But hey, the caterpillars might look unappetizing, but they're fried to a perfection with garlic, peanuts, onions, and tomato, and served with gravy. That actually sounds kind of good. Norway. Many of the Norwegian Christmas traditions come from the Vikings, who celebrated Yule at the same time of the year before Christianity arrived. So what's the main course on a Viking Christmas dinner menu? Lamb, of course, and specifically, its severed head on a platter. Vikings. The holiday delicacy schmalahov, which literally means sheep head, is a whole head of a sheep with the fleece and skin removed, then salted and dried, then smoked, boiled, steamed, and served with turnips and potatoes. Sometimes the Norwegians leave the brain inside to cook, which is then fried and eaten with a spoon. So, do any of those sound good to you?
That's interesting. Everyone's a little different, but the one common thing is almost everyone ate fish, right? Almost everyone ate fish. Yeah, I grew up in a household that was a hybrid between kind of some Polish traditions and Italian traditions, so we'd have pasta, but it really depended on the Christmas, but we had ham a lot too. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the first part of DSP versus the Internet Christmas Eve edition for 2023. I hope that you're enjoying. Thank you for watching. We still have many more parts to come. But in the meantime, happy holidays to all of you, and I'll see you in part 2.